What's up you guys and welcome back. I'm FPL Nymphria and this is my FPL Game Week 29 review and Game Week 30 preview video. Well, after two very small green arrows in last week's video, I'm afraid the scenery's not so green this week. In fact, it's red. Very, very red. Let's take a look. In the first of the shocks in Game Week 29, we have hashtag 3.fab doubling his usual tally to a massive 6 points from a clean sheet, 2 vital saves, 1 from inside the box, and winning 2 duels. Less like hashtag 3.fab and more like hashtag Team Fab is back again this game week. However, there's not much else to shout about this week. My defence was mostly miserable in Game Week 29 to be honest. There were rumours circling last week that 5 players would be dropped from the Wolves side ahead of their Cardiff fixture, but with so many rumour mills being untrue this season, I couldn't miss the chance to play Doherty against one of the worst defensive sides this season. Unfortunately, Nuno did not agree with me and started him on the bench, where he came on for 43 minutes and got just 1 point. It's frustrating because I feel if he'd played a full 90 he may have actually sneaked some bonus points or some actual points despite being on the losing side, as he made 2 clearances, 1 off the line, had a blocked shot and made 2 vital interceptions. I mean, when your luck's down, it's down. And talking of my luck being down, let me just take this moment to have a moan about Yedlin. Dropped again to the bench with no cameo. 1 clean sheet and 2 blanks since I bought him. I think now just about makes that a useless buy, especially as he was bought in prep for blank Game Week 31. So, as you can see, Holebas came off the bench to take his place. Yes, Holebas. Not Wan, who is second on my bench with 5 points. No, but Holebas. And Holebas usually performs on my bench, but not this week. Oh no, just the 2 points from him. Thankfully though, the Liverpool match was an absolute romping, and Robson was an assist god again. Wait, no, sorry, wrong week. Just the clean sheet from him for 5 points. I mean, I shouldn't really complain at that, but in my worst game week of the season, I feel like I'm a little bit allowed. Let's take a look at my midfield, where things are nowhere near any better. All that fear of Son steamrolling Arsenal came to no avail. 1 shot off target for him and a disappointing 2 points again. The Liverpool amigos matching each other with 3 points apiece for their 90 minutes and clean sheet point. It's looking increasingly like I should have invested in another Liverpool defender rather than edging my bets in attack. And then let's get on to my captain choice. I mean, where do I even start? It's all about the Pogba this week. What an absolute nightmare. I'm going to call him Pogba this week because I don't feel like I want to call him Pogba. My gut, of course, as you know, was to captain Aguero, but the fears of him missing out with Jesus back in training see me place the armband on what seemed like the very reliant Pogba. And what a mistake that was. When Alba and Aguero had blanked, I was feeling okay about his 2 points. I mean, it was nowhere near ideal. United had scored goals and he wasn't involved in any of them, but it was okay, especially as long as the others stayed quiet the rest of the weekend. Well, that wasn't to be, and that was of course until the 94th minute when the shizzle hit the fan and United got a penalty. Up steps my captain, who went straight down the middle with his shot, only for Gunn's outstretched leg to deny him the goal. Minus points. Cheers, Pogba. Thanks, mate. It's okay. You can stop stealing any points I didn't have there, but oh no, not content with that, he decides to add a yellow card to the proceedings just to obliterate any hope of a decent rank I had this season in a -2 massacre. I just can't with him right now. I just can't. Dye that hair back, man, because the Aguero hairdo does not work for you. I better move on swiftly. And talking of Aguero, him and Rondon only fared marginally better with 2 points apiece. It was Jimenez that saved my bacon. He got his start unlike Doherty and got 12 points for his goal and assist and also had another shot blocked. With 4 key passes, it's not hard to see why he got 3 bonus points. I'd like to say I should have made him my captain, but after seeing him not do so well for captain as last game week, I just never really gave it any serious thought, to be honest. However, Jimenez can only do so much, and with all of that I had my worst game week of the season on 36 game week points. points. That's 4 below the average, meaning I got a very big red arrow, and after game week 29 I was 20k or so worse off in 162, 891 in the overall rankings. My team value is now 106.3. Absolute horror show, Nim fam. I'm struggling. So after that absolute mind-numbingly awful game week, I wish there wasn't a week to wallow in my complete misery, but unfortunately there is, so I ought to look ahead to game week 30 despite my lack of enthusiasm to do so. Let's take a look at how it's currently lined up. A strong looking side on paper, but with the no plan chip plan, I still need to look ahead, and there is nowhere near enough game week 31 or 33 players here, especially since Yedlin has lost his place and Punchin really does look to be gone. So I've gone from 7 potential blank game week players to 5. Now I rolled my transfer last game week deciding not to opt for getting my defenders. Thankfully, as Louise didn't play and Bardsley got an own goal, and of my other option only Keane of the others kept a clean sheet. So despite this team looking fairly strong, it's time to make some big changes. I've had enough. I'm axing 3 in a mini wildcard massacre for a -4, and I might even do more. I am about to go batshit crazy. If I'm going down, I'm going down in a blaze of hits, and my preferred options are as follows, and they all involve selling Jimenez, Son and Holebas. And granted, I really don't want to sell Jimenez, seeing as he's the only one who seems to be doing okay for my team. Yes, I know how amazing he is and how his record is against the big six, and he will punish me, but I am not having Rondon as my sole striker in 31. The man has been awful, and I have way more money tied up in Aguero, so one has to go. And with that in mind, do I lose Jimenez, Son and Holebas for Vardy, Azpilicueta and a 6.4 midfielder? Yes, I'm actually looking at Azpilicueta now over Luiz, despite him being more money. He has 3 assists in the last 4 game weeks, so attacking threat is always welcome. Or do I go Barnes, Hazard and a 5.1 or less defender? Or lastly, do I go Higuain, Azpilicueta and a 5.7 midfielder? Of course, all these options are very dependent on any price rises and price drops, but they're the options open to me right now. I think I'm leaning towards the last option with Higgy. He impressed me a lot, though look at how that turned out with Yedlin. I'm considering Brooks for the 5 mil position, but if the prices were kind, I could still maybe get Keane for Obi-Wan next game week, also in that option. The only thing is, I am missing any Leicester cover with that option, and that fixture with Fulham is quite scary. Let me know what you guys think. And that's it, you guys. I'll let you guys know what I've decided via my usual social media channels, Twitter and Instagram, and you can catch how I got on in my next video. Please support me by liking and subscribing, or even joining the Fantasy Football Hub with my code in the description below. And as always, feel free to check out my sponsors fantasyfootballfix.com. Until next time, Nimfria out.